I personally think, one, we need more security for members. I've been a longtime advocate for this, and with the police, and worked really well with them in the Capitol, but we have to do more in the local areas.
That is Senator Amy Klobuchar there speaking at the NewsNation Hill Summit on the continued need for increased security, particularly when lawmakers are not in Washington. Right now, House members are back home for the August recess. The Senate set to begin its summer break in the coming days. On the calendar for many of them, town halls with many frustrated voters. However, it's not only public events that are getting a fresh look when it comes to safety. Still on the minds of many, last month's shootings of 2 Minnesota state lawmakers in the middle of the night. Next week, the accused gunman is expected to plead not guilty to killing one lawmaker and her husband while nearly killing another lawmaker and his wife. NewsNation's Joe Khalil live for us there on Capitol Hill, where plans for additional lawmaker security right now are in the works. And Joe, this is really a delicate balancing act because we're talking about enhancing security while also maintaining Americans' access to their representatives.
Yeah, it is a really tough balance for that exact reason. But House lawmakers in particular have felt like at this moment, given the threat level, something more is necessary to keep them safe. So they have put forward this proposal that would provide for more funding and more security when lawmakers are out of this building and back in their home districts, back in their home states doing events. And while this isn't entirely implemented just yet, it is moving forward. And the plan essentially would increase what you might consider Congress's individual allowance. Each member does get a certain amount of discretionary money where they can use it however they wish. That pool of funding would increase to $20,000 a year just for security. And by the way, $10,000 of that they would be allowed to use for physical improvements to their own homes, their houses, to sort of harden them up, whether it's cameras or other kinds of security. The other $10,000 they can use for personnel and travel, and then also greater coordination with local law enforcement. Many members already use that kind of thing. We have data. It's not just anecdotal. Take a look at just how the threat level has increased in the last couple of years. You look back to 2017, and that number, almost 4,000 credible threats to lawmakers, they thought was a problem. Take a look now, 2024, it's approaching 10,000, and I've been told that 2025, they are also on track to hit 10,000 threats. These are not things that are dismissed. These are credible. Sometimes, often, people are prosecuted for making serious threats that actually specify addresses, family members' names of lawmakers. I've heard some pretty horrific stories, and it's now sort of the case where if you ask any random lawmaker whether they're getting threats, it's actually more common that they do. It's the rare case that you find somebody who has not gotten any threats. Earlier, we talked to Senator Thom Tillis just in the last hour. This is what he told us on how he views member and senator security.
I think there are already the rules allow for any of that type of hardening, I think, to happen. I think that members just use discretion. 20,000, frankly, sounds a little rich to me. But there are people getting active threats. There are 2 people serving prison sentences for death threats against me, and I promise I'll prosecute anybody who threatens my safety and my family's safety.
So, Nichole, this has been an ongoing discussion and a debate. What are the right numbers? This is taxpayer money, so obviously that is going to be a bit of a concern. But ever since the killing of Melissa Hortman and her husband in Minnesota, the high-profile state lawmakers, the conversation has really intensified. And you've seen members putting pressure on their leaders, both in the House and in the Senate, to do more to make sure that during these periods of recess, when House members are doing events, walking around in their districts and in their states, not under the protection of U.S. Capitol Police, that they can get an extra layer of security. And so we're seeing leadership respond to that now.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.